JD. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, please hit like, and please have fun watching me repair pocket watches. So today I've got the Bride of Franken watch, commonly referred to as Bridezilla. This is what I've been calling her lately. And Bridezilla has been causing all kinds of problems over the last few months. And I finally think I've got it resolved because all week I've let it run out, and then it's been running fine for the week, so there have been no issues. So one issue I am concerned with, though, with Bridezilla is that the banking pins, which I have adjusted perfectly, these banking pins here, this one here seems to want to be a little loose, and I don't want this banking pin to be out of position. So I thought, while I was dreaming a couple nights ago, that what I could do, because banking pins, once they're set, shouldn't move, is use a little tiny bit of my liquid shellac, right? And just put the liquid shellac, a blob of it, right on each one of these banking pins. It might look kind of odd, but it will absolutely solve any problem with respect to those moving. Once the shellac dries, the banking pins will not travel at all. So I'm really worried about this one here, but I'm going to put a little shellac on both banking pins. And this is liquid shellac that Sonny Morehouse recommended that I make, and it's still in liquidy condition, which is kind of nice, right? So, and it's airtight in one of these little airtight containers. So all I'm going to do is drop a needle in there, grab a little tiny bit of liquid shellac, and then drop it right on top of the banking pin. How can I do that? Will this work? Well, I'm doing it. This is the one I was concerned with, this banking pin right here. So I can put the shellac on there, and then I can let that sit. And then I can also put a little shellac on this one, because they're perfectly set right now. So this shellac could easily be removed in the future if I so wished. It's not a big deal to remove this shellac. But what will happen is that this will just harden over a period of time, and then that will prevent the banking pin from moving on the top. If I ever had to adjust these banking pins again, I could easily chisel away that shellac without a problem and get access to the banking pin. Wouldn't be a problem. So I think this is the best solution, and this is a world's fastest video on how to shellac a banking pin. People are going to comment on this. It might not look the best, but it's just two little darts of shellac. It's liquid shellac, so they will round off over time. I do want to, just with this one here, move it over just a bit to right there, just so it's completely covering the screw. So that'll be solid by the morning, as they say. So, as they say, that was like Donald Trump there again. What it's called, it is called solid in the morning. Anyway, so thanks a lot, JD, again. So this is going to be going up as shellacking banking pins. I'm going to get all sorts of crazy comments on this one. Please, crazy comments are accepted. But I'd just like to say to the owner of Franken watch, or Bridezilla, the Bride of Franken watch, that for a week now it's been ticking away without a problem. So I'm going to case it tomorrow, and then I'll see what happens after I case it, and whether moving it around in different positions is going to cause it to not work. And so I've adjusted the banking pins on this watch. That helped a bit, and I also adjusted the bead air. In fact, I moved the impulse jewel slightly to one side more, which would not be a perfect bead error, but it's keeping good timing. And that has managed to keep the watch from over banking. And for all those watchmakers out there that says it's not called over banking, go look in your book, the Watch Repairer's Manual from Fried, watch repairs manual from Fried, and he calls it overbanking. So there you go. So stop telling me I'm wrong. Anyway, have a good weekend. I'm JD, and I'll catch you later.